are at the Newport Richey Recreation and Aquatic Center, and this is The Breakdown, where Aaron, Zach, and Andrew dive into different exercises and workout concepts to help you reach your fitness goals. This week on The Breakdown.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew. Today we're going to talk about the different kinds of muscle contractions and how we can use this knowledge to benefit us in our workouts. So, the first kind of muscle contraction that we're going to talk about is our isometric muscle contraction. That involves staying in one place and using that really controlled and isolated contraction to work the muscle really well. And we can do these with a few kinds of workouts. We can do it with a shoulder lateral raise, we can do it by stopping partway through a bicep curl, and we can do it during squats and pull-ups. The second kind of contraction that we're going to go over is an isotonic contraction. Isotonic means same tone. So we're looking for a smooth, controlled contraction of the muscle. There's two different ways that we can go about this. There's our concentric part and our eccentric part of our isotonic contraction. The concentric motion focuses on the shortening of the muscle against gravity. So when you're doing a bicep curl, this upward motion, shortening of the biceps muscle, is going to be our concentric contraction. And then you have our eccentric contraction. That's going to be when you're lowering the weight down slow and controlled. Slow and controlled is key here because that's how you focus on using this bicep muscle still. Now you can extend your arm using your tricep and pull down, but this slow and decelerating the weight as it goes down against gravity is what makes it an eccentric contraction of our biceps muscle. Now we can get into eccentrically overloading our workout by taking more weight than we can necessarily bring up concentrically, and we can go ahead and slow and controlled lower that down eccentrically, focusing really on lengthening that muscle and controlling the weight against gravity, and then we have eccentric overloading of that muscle.
We can vary the tempo of each portion of the lift to help us build strength, like working the negatives, which is the eccentric portion of the movement, and working the isometric, which is that pause at a hard part of the movement. This can help us work movements and weights that maybe we don't have the full strength to do the full movement of. Let's use pull-ups as an example of movement you want to get stronger at. Maybe you don't have the full strength to do the whole movement, or maybe you want to be able to get more reps. A good way to do that is working only the negative. So maybe you jump up or step up to the very top of the pull-up bar and slowly lower yourself down over the course of 3 to 5 seconds. This is going to help overload the muscles and tendons to help build that strength you'll need to get more pull-up reps. You can also work the pull-ups by pausing at different portions of the movement using the isometric. So you can pause at the top or halfway down or just before the bottom to help build time under tension of the movement to help get you stronger. So we can work all of this together with tempo training, working on the eccentric, isometric, and even the concentric. Now, when we're doing tempo training, we're going to have a designated time that we have to perform each part of the movement. For an example here, we have 3, 3, X, and 1. This is our tempo script for, let's say, a squat. Now, how you read this is the first number is the eccentric movement. So that's your way down. The second number is your isometric, so a pause in the bottom of the movement. And then a concentric, this X just means exploding as fast as you can on that way up. And then a pause at the isometric at the top of the movement. So for this, I would do 3 seconds on the way down of the squat, 3-second pause at the bottom. I would come up as fast as I can, and then pause for 1 second at the top of the squat.
Eccentric movements, also known as negatives, not only help strengthen your muscles, but help strengthen your tendons through time under tension. For example, we can do a negative on the leg extension, which will help strengthen the patellar tendon in our knee. This will help prevent injury and combat pain. Isometrics, also known as holds, help strengthen those stabilizing muscles that will protect our joints. For example, we can do a lateral hold. This will help strengthen the stabilizing muscles in our rotator cuff, which will help protect our shoulder joints.
Check 1, 2. Thanks for joining us today to talk about some anatomy and some exercise concepts. It's been a lot of fun. Now, if you have any questions or if you have suggestions for another breakdown topic, please comment them below. And you guys have a good day. See you next time.